The first thing I'm doing after this is playing Elden Ring for hours anyway, so fuck it.
Damn, man. Yo, you guys
Can't
are getting
wait.
me hype about that game, man. I don't play
What
those
the
kinds
fuck
of
is
games
that
really.
game?
Yeah.
Is it Diablo?
Nah, it's like think of like a game in like the realm of Skyrim aesthetically, but a whole nother level of difficulty. Kind of like at your level of gaming, actually. People
What does
out there
that
who don't
mean
know this,
exactly?
Who's level of gaming?
Rod, highly skilled and prolific on the low. Like he's scared of
Damn.
his own addiction.
I mean, in some fighting games, I don't mean to brag, but like nowadays, games like Skyrim, I don't even play these games. Like,
Nah, but you know how it works. You like especially spend like an hour in there and it's a wrap.
that's why I avoid those games, because they're so immersive and there's so much character building potential that I know if I start it, I'm gonna want to master this shit, and it's gonna take countless hours.
Of doing nothing
Just
productive,
fucking sitting.
withering away in filth.
Word.
Straight up.
Oh, fuck. Nah. I'm not gonna get the game. I'm still playing right now Guardians of the Galaxy. The Marvels game. It's actually really fucking good. We've talked shit before about fucking the Marvels, the Avengers game, but this game is fucking good. And I'm enjoying getting lost in that game.
It's from the same company, right?
See, yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
It's either
but I heard it's different though. I heard it's not the same like recipe with a new skin. That's what I thought it was gonna be.
No, ni
But it's
caso, not at all. Like it's great because you only play as Star-Lord, but you use the team really well, and you're doing, it's a really good story. It's story driven, and the gameplay is fun too. Like it's kind of like the Marvel the Avengers one, but like the good parts of it, and then that's it. But yeah, but I do recommend that.
Imagine it would have sucked. Like, yo, we made garbage. Let's make garbage again. Straight up, steadfast. By the way, I was gonna say, like, I have a steadfast take, and it's regarding this episode's topic, Peacemaker.
Yes.
John Cena is a way better actor than The Rock. I just want to get that out the way.
No,
As far as like dudes who were in the WWF, there's been a few. Hulk Hogan has a few flicks in his past that no one wants to really think about, but John Cena is a better actor than The Rock.
Damn,
Remember
we're
that
starting
movie with Roddy Piper? It was about like how he can see like aliens or some shit.
What?
Like what the fuck was this shit called? Like they come from outer space.
I don't know. Rod
I never
is
even
muted to look. He's looking it up right now as we speak. But obviously, I'll take advantage right now. If you're listening, we're not focusing on video games. You're in the right channel, right podcast.
Nice.
This is the Legion on Zoom. It's as always, this is Miguel joined with our fellow Legionnaires, Ches and Rod. Where we're gonna be diving deep into Peacemaker. Finally, we're gonna review the series which just ended last week. Cannot wait. We've actually haven't even really texted to each other much about it.
Exactly.
So.
And real quick, the movie's called They Live, for all you 80s movies guys out there. You know what I'm talking about.
So if you want to see a movie with wait, how do you say that shit?
Roddy
Piper, go watch that shit.
And then like Ronda Rousey become his like, I don't know, heir
Rowdy
or some
Ronda.
shit.
Yeah. Heir apparent or some shit. I mean,
Peacemaker.
But John Cena, exactly. What do you think, Rod? Is Ches right?
I'm trying to think of The Rock's best movie. Like what would be the standard? No, I've never seen that shit.
You never seen the original Scorpion?
I saw the movie. What is it? Walking Tall, where he's like a tough guy. He goes to like a small town, a big guy in a small town.
Him playing himself in a movie?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know, but like
it was like a remake.
That was that weird thing that he does where he's just himself in the role.
I saw him in Moana, which was fucking fantastic. He can sing, and I'm sure even the dancing was him animated doing the dancing. I don't know, man. I actually, but I might give it to you, man. We haven't seen much of John Cena, I think, acting, but I was fucking impressed, man, by fucking this series, man. Even more so than what he did in the movie, which was good. But fuck, man, this.
Which is weird because like at first I found it like a little bit like almost cringy, but then I realized like, damn, is that his acting is that good? Like that's how he's supposed to make you feel.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna get into it, right? Indeed, because I think what I really loved about the series is that he's a ridiculous character, but there is depth to him, right? And we get to feel bad for him, even though it's cringy, but he's also funny, and we can feel bad for him. And then obviously with everything culminating with his
I never felt bad for him.
What?
Yeah,
but let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Damn, yo, like it's one of the few times where like I feel inclined to like not have emotions on that Rod shit. Like, not really not have emotions.
Or not
like,
show your emotions.
I mean,
different thing.
You can't really feel bad for him. He is kind of crazy.
That's why I think so. Like he's like kind of Deadpool-esque in my opinion. Like he's not fully aware of the chaos in his own existence. Like, and he has his boy Vigilante. It's always hyping him up, and they have these great buddy scenes and shit. Like right off the rip. By the way, shout out to Vigilante.
Hell yeah!
Like he was a cool ass character all throughout.
No, and if anything, I think Vigilante for me was way more Deadpool-esque because he was more fucking chaotic and just random. Because that's what Deadpool is. Like, a Deadpool knows he's aware, fucking crazy. Exactly. He doesn't give a fuck, and he just does whatever he wants. John Cena's more gullible, and I mean, not John Cena. I mean, Peacemaker, Christopher Smith.
Damn.
Nah, I love you, John Cena. You're a good man. You know, he was more, but I felt bad. Like, you know, like we'll get into it, but fucking I guess a spoiler alert, obviously, fucking everybody. Word. But like, I felt bad, like with, you know, he's really wanting to have friendship with these people, and like with Adebayo leaving the diary to really try to screw him over. Like, I genuinely felt bad for him, and also his fucked up childhood with fucking his Nazi father forcing him to
kill his brother. Yeah, true that.
Which, if for all you OG Legionnaires out there who've been with us since Ep 1. We had mentioned Peacemaker in the past, and we did some super surface level kind of digging on his origins, and we had mentioned some crazy shit about his dad and being a Nazi and some bugged out shit like that. Look at how far they took it. Look how far they took that shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you bring that up because let me give you a few facts about the Peacemaker origin in terms of the comic books, and it's pretty different in some things from what we see in the show and in Suicide Squad movie, but I think James Gunn did a great job at changing it because actually, so he originally premiered he was owned by Charlton Comics, not by DC. And he like debuted in this issue of the Fighting Five in 1966. And then he had his like little run of comic books in for 5 issues in Charlton Comics, which was pretty much kind of like he's a diplomat that then wants to fucking you know, protect fucking people at all costs, and kind of so similar things to what we see in the show.
Yeah.
But then he's bought by DC. And actually other characters I didn't know, like Blue Beetle actually was from Charlton Comics and got purchased by DC. And
they have a few characters in their roster.
Yeah, exactly. And it was crazy to find out that Peacemaker debuted in DC Comics proper at he was introducing the Crisis on Infinite Earths event. Like, that was pretty fucking dope.
Oh yeah, I think I've read that like the Charleston universe got pulled into it because there was so many different universes that that's also how they brought in Shazam. I think like all that crazy shit like Earth 1, all that was in the original Infinity Crisis.
Yo, word. And I think I reread Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earths like, I don't know, like a year ago or something. Yeah, and I was like, I didn't know that I was reading Peacemaker's first appearance in the proper DC universe. But like when they brought him back, that's when they kind of came up with a little bit of a new origin story, where they had this whole thing where his dad was this Nazi officer that killed fucking thousands of fucking people, obviously Jewish people. And, you know, I think because I don't know if either World War II was going to end or he was going to get caught or something, his father killed himself in front of Christopher Peacemaker when he was 5 years old. And then apparently that kind of stuff leads to apparently like with traumatized, of course, from it. And apparently what happens is that hallucinates his dad. He sees his dad, his fucking Nazi father, making fun of him, egging him on, which is kind of what we see in the fucking series, especially towards the end. And that Christopher Smith hears the voices that he hears the people who have been killed by terrorists, and so that's why he decides to kind of defend the dead and go achieve peace at all costs. And so that's kind of the DC Comics version of Peacemaker, the original version.
Fuck. And his dad is T-1000.
Right. So now in the show, we have fucking T-1000 coming back.
What's his name? What's his name? Fucking. See, there you go. That guy.
Yeah, we have it in the thing. No, like, come on, Rod. What's up?
Wait, I'm looking.
He's the one guy that was missing.
Robert Patrick.
Yes. Record time.
T-1000, man.
Yo, Rod's a fucking one-man NASCAR pit crew.
Yeah, and I think he's so far. I
think
he's so far removed, like from that T-1000, that I forget. Like, it's not like he's pigeonholed by that role.
Yes, he is. On the low,
he becomes this whole other racist, like I don't know, country dude in this, like abusive father with a mullet.
I mean, an argument
buy the fuck out of it.
I mean, an argument.
He's a super. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, an argument could be made because that T-1000 did look kind of racist.
He was a cop, right? Yo. So it's like, he was a cop in LA, so it's more racist than not.
Yeah, and mad clean cut too.
Yeah.
OD, angular as fuck.
Yeah.
Yo, but that's what I loved about what James Gunn did with the show, right? That where we had in the original comics the whole Nazi stuff and he killed himself. That it was cool because now he chose this random character, White Dragon, who in the comic books isn't even Augie Smith, who is Robert Patrick in the show.
But he does exist in the comics, right?
Yeah, he does exist in the comics. He's actually fights the Suicide Squad, and he is like a racist dude and everything.
That's accurate.
That's accurate. But it was cool how he combined that like so well for with Peacemaker past in the comic books and giving him more of a more fucked up origin story. I feel
it was seamless. And
then I feel like that explains too, with obviously like we're at the end, right? That we find out if Peacemaker actually fucking finally does it, he kills his fucking father, but then he starts seeing his dad still. So I'm excited for season 2 because then we're gonna get more of fucking T-1000 as a fucking hallucination, right?
My question is, if you guys had to pick the most annoying member of the crew, who do you think it was out of everyone?
All right, let's get a rundown real quick.
Right.
It was Economos, right? I found it hilarious. And then like he had that really touching scene all the way at the end, like in the last episode. Leota Adebayo, who has like the big reveal that she's really Amanda Waller's daughter. I thought that was sick. And I love that Viola Davis was in the show. Mm-hmm. It made it more legit because this is the first legitimate DC Comics HBOmax show. I know we've had Titans and all this bullshit, but they're not legit.
Nah,
this one is legit.
Facts.
And then we also have that. Who's the blonde chick?
Emilia Harcourt.
Yeah, Jennifer Holland, who I think is married to James Gunn.
I think they're dating. I don't think they're married.
Okay,
but they've been together for a little while
James
now.
Gunn.
It's nepotism, straight up like that. Nepotism.
Facts, man.
I must say, on the low.
Wait, do you think he bagged on set, or he bagged and then gave her the role?
Nah, I think. I knew. I don't know if in another movie or something that they did together, probably. But I think they were dating before she got cast on Suicide Squad.
Yeah. She was great, by the way.
Yeah.
Dude,
hell yeah.
In today's day and age, if you would have tried to bag on set, you would have seen that shit on the news. James Gunn, sexual harassment, yada yada yada. He's a Nazi.
Unless you're the guy from Gotham.
Facts.
James Gordon, he bagged Lee Tompkins. I don't know the real names. I just go by the fictional names.
Morena Baccarin.
Yeah,
she's doing a new show.
She's met HD. She's one of these HD humans.
Aeon Flux people.
But what else? What else do we got? So we got Mern, right? We got Mern.
Oh yeah, the main dude. I mean,
it's actually a butterfly
chief or whatever.
Yeah.
I wish we could have gotten like a flashback into his past. But you know what I mean? Because like at times the bug was saying, like this dark man, yada yada yada, and like his past, not his complexion.
All right, come on now, man. Come on. Man. We're a few minutes into the show.
Dark.
Now, look, remember they dropped mad hints that supposedly he did mad crazy Black Ops shit.
Yeah.
Like a flashback would have been dope. But on the low, I think I was kind of annoyed by like Adebayo storyline for some reason.
I would have to agree. Like I loved the fucking show. We're gonna give our rating obviously at the end. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved all the characters. But if I have to pick, for me, I think Adebayo was the one I like. Like it
was weird.
The coolest thing was like what Rod said, right? Like like early on revealing, oh my gosh, she's Amanda Waller's a daughter. But other than that, I don't know.
Because you know what bothered me, and I'm glad I remembered that her relationship didn't really hold any weight. Like I feel like if like they would have kidnapped her girlfriend or some shit, you know what I mean? She just like appeared and left, and she was like, "Yo, I'm out to see my," you know what I mean? It's like it was empty dialogue when it came to her relationship and some BS like scenes. So like, hey, look, LGBTQ, like community. Like I get that, that's fine. But they could have made her girl a bit more important. You know what I mean? Like
she like legit
story.
Is she legit LGBTQ or just acting?
I mean, if she was, that's great. If she's
I'm just curious.
I think she might have been. She might be actually. I don't know because I think she was in Orange Is the New Black before.
Yeah, that's where I know her from.
Yeah,
I watched like the first 3 seasons of that shit.
I don't know. I just
feel like the wave.
Considering the situation, her girl escaped too unscathed. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And like, and the thing that I didn't like about that, like related to that, was like I also got tired of her whole like, oh, I'm not cut out for this. All right, I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm not cut out for this. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm like, you are Amanda Waller's daughter. Like,
thank you.
Like, she runs the Suicide Squad. Like, it's not a fucking surprise. Like, what the fuck do you think you're doing that your mom put you on a job with Peacemaker? Like, and I hated that whole because it made me think like, wait, so are you like supposedly really dumb? Or you're pretend like so I would have like just like no, that's the stuff I'm like I didn't get like are you
and she's secretly a skilled agent
exactly because they dropped them bullshit like what's it called the Deus Ex Machina hints or that like that writing shit where they just say oh she got this special combat certification when she was 12 or 14 when she was talking to Hardcore. The Hardcore was like, oh, like that's kindergarten shit. When they were comparing like combat credentials, they had that little scene to explain like her going like guns akimbo at the end.
Right.
Crazy. Which, by the way, her line of saying "I'm made for this shit" was fucking stupid. She could have said like because my last name is Waller or some shit. You know what I mean? That would have been dope. Not the I'm made for this shit. What is this? 1997? The fuck out of here.
Damn, I thought she was valid to be the contrarian. Like I never thought that she would like I don't know was lacking as one of the cast members or as a character on the show.
No.
If
her
I had to
was
pick,
good. Like I enjoyed her as Adebayo, the character, like I enjoyed her. The way her story was handled was like, Like,
no, and even like what you said, Rod, like the contrarian. I didn't even feel she was a contrarian. Like she was just like ambivalent. Like I'm on the team now. No, I'm not.
Saying she's valid.
Okay. Yeah, because even for instance, like at the end with her like turning her back and like saying like Amanda Waller has a Suicide Squad and all that shit.
Oh yeah, damn, that was good shit.
Nah, but I feel like
that was dope.
I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? I'm like, your mom gave you a job. Like you
need fucking whistleblower.
Like
what?
Is. Like I don't know.
She was explaining why she was awesome. If I had to pick, I guess Economos had a lot of good.
Nah, Economos was dope. Come on,
Economos was dope.
Peacemaker and shit. I mean, it's hard to pick a weak one. I think they made a good team. I guess I'd pick Mern just because I don't know. It seemed like you said, Chez, like his past was kind of whatever. It wasn't fleshed out, and he ends up being a bug. And we should get into that too, because there isn't like a conventional enemy, and this is very much a sequel to the Suicide Squad for me. I felt like stylistically, the comedy, it felt like if you just watch the Suicide Squad and just go right into Peacemaker, and it just fucking blends beautifully together. Right. And it's a redeeming arc too for Peacemaker, because as we know, he kills Rick Flag in the movie, which was everybody hated him for that. And he becomes a villain who wants to fucking strangle Ratcatcher for Amanda Waller and the US of A, which we all know and love. Yeah, but I feel like stylistically and like comedy wise, this movie just came right off. Like great sequel in a show format. And James Gunn just like exploring like comedy on different levels and a different look at the DC universe too from a cinematic perspective because we got the serious ass Zack Snyder shit. And now
Facts.
James Gunn is bringing some like comedy, some almost Marvel-esque but raunchier shit. I would say Deadpool-esque, if
Yes.
anything.
OD.
Yo,
Facts.
and honestly, I think for me, this also like what I loved about it more is it made me like James Gunn more because like, look, I like him, but I'm not a big fucking fan. Like, I liked his first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. His second one, I didn't really love it, and his Suicide Squad, I thought it was fine. Like, I liked it. So now I know why. I think James Gunn is made for fucking series though, because in a movie, right, he has 2 hours max. And I never liked, because I felt in the movies he can't really balance that well between the comedy and then like the serious kind of plot stuff that we have to care about. But then it's like wacky, raunchy comedy though, and then it's like that. I didn't like it. I felt like it's not. It wasn't very Deadpool. I felt the movies, but like the series though, I felt like the series was. He had more room. Like he had like obviously like how many like it's 8 episodes, so at least it's 8 hours. He's able to fucking flesh out the space for comedy, for the drama, for you to care about the characters in a way that in a movie, I'm just like, yeah, man, like like I just don't really care. Like, oh, so they're fighting.
And he does tend to take on like ensembles and shit. But yeah, I'm glad you said Starro because that's what I was trying to get at before. Like the villain of this shit is like a fucking like a butterfly alien, which I thought I wasn't crazy about that because we just came off the Starros and it seemed very similar almost. I'm like, oh, but he kind of made it work. And ultimately, you don't give a fuck about the butterflies and the whole alien invasion shit. Like you never really care about that. You care more about like the team and who's gonna make it out. I mean,
I kind of care though. Like they're taking over humanity.
Yeah, like, but I didn't feel like they made as compelling an enemy as Starro. Granted, Starro had a more massive scale, but I feel like these butterflies, and not only that, like some of them were good, some of them were like not.
There was like an inner like rebellion, like strife.
Because the one that's in Mern, is it the one that's in Mern that's like not the.
He was. I think he was good, right? He was good, wasn't
he?
Oh
no. So at one point, Peacemaker gets one, right? He gets a hold of one after I think like the second or third episode.
The one that was inside the senator's head, I think, right?
Yeah.
The king or some shit like
where we
that.
see the judo master, another deep cuts fucking DC.
Judo master.
Hilarious.
Do we have any info on Judo Master and Vigilante?
I got info on Vigilante. I didn't have info on Judo Master, but we'll get into Vigilante in a second. I don't even think the butterflies are. I don't think they're actually part of the DC comics. I think that's something. Oh, shit. Could be wrong, but there's been like butterfly themed stuff. No, it reminded me of some of the ones we've seen in what is it, Young Justice? Wasn't there this whole season about like aliens living inside of fucking government officials or stuff like that? I remember that. That was a series of like one season like that. No.
Yeah, and I'm sure even
black shit.
Yeah, and I'm sure exactly. Even they pulled it somewhere, and they pulled it somewhere. I got two beefs I want to bring. One, when it comes to Economos, and that's not even with him the character, just for people who work in the government that have those bureaucratic jobs. The dude is in black ops. Why is he so underpaid with a shitty office? Like, why is he like balling out of control on the low? That's crazy. The fact that like he's not using his skills in some that's wild. I hated that part on the low. That he goes back to a shitty office. That was stupid. It at least could have been, like that he's a shut-in that has a dope-ass crib. I would have enjoyed that. And second, I don't agree with Amanda Waller's daughter going public, because you can't argue the fact that Task Force X does a necessary job. They're a necessary evil. They're like black ops wet work, that deep shit that could be disavowed, not even disavowed, fucking killed straight up. Like, that's necessary. If any of you have read any of the stories or like really know about the Suicide Squad, you kind of know like, yo, like the shit they do has to get done. If not, the world would be a very different place.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I wasn't a big fan. And I also didn't believe like, oh, okay, now she turned on her mother at the end. Like, I feel like maybe I would have liked to seen her one-on-one confront her mother, right? And say like, we're gonna change things at Suicide Squad, or I want to be more involved, or this and that. And
Waller
like,
kills her daughter like that.
Oh shit! Like build some.
Oh, she's a
tension.
bomb in her head. Yo, now that mic drop, I would have been over.
That would have been so much more epic.
And James Gunn asked, because you just see blood splatter on her face and shit.
Or she presses like a warning button and the daughter hears like a warning beep and she goes like, "Don't you fucking."
Oh shit! Not dang, that's darker almost.
Yo, Gunn, holla at me. Do a show.
Yo, what's up, James Gunn? Exactly. Listen to this shit. That would have been way better. This is how you end the fucking show, man. Shit.
Fuck. Damn, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling. I mean, I'm so hyped off of this show. I'm kind of feeling like James Gunn could be one of the architects of a brand new DC cinematic universe, or whatever. It doesn't have to be. Because I guess cinema is associated with like feature length films, but now these shows are part of cinema. I don't know. Whatever the nuances are. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him like mold, because he throws a lot of like Easter eggs in this shit, right? What is it? Batmite, Aquaman, who actually shows up, fucking all Green Arrow, right?
Right. That's the stuff that I was excited about. That
the Flash was there.
The Peacemaker made comments about characters that we haven't seen in this, because this seems to be the DC extended universe, right? Like the Zack Snyder almost verse, which we got the fucking cameos of the Justice League, right? But then they mentioned Green Arrow, right? And so it's like, wait, are we talking about Stephen Amell Green Arrow, or like, well, which is it, or is this another Green Arrow that just exists in this universe that we are yet to see? What?
Yeah, the Sons of Anarchy actor that's always fan cast for this guy, Charlie Hunman or some shit.
Charlie Hunnam.
Shit. Yeah, I always see him fan cast.
You watches that shit. Yo, that show finished like 5 years ago.
I don't know. Aren't you a fan of that shit? Did you put me on?
Yeah, but it's dope. I should have been finished.
It's funny, but they had like before Zack Snyder launched with Man of Steel, they were gonna make this Escape from Super Prison Green Arrow movie.
Oh,
it was like in the works forever, but like never
a live action
happened. Yeah. It was meant to like start a cinematic universe or some shit. Look this up, deep cuts fans. But
did somebody get cast? Like, was there ideas of?
Damn, I didn't go that deep, but
damn, in the same universe with the Nicolas Cage Superman. Oh,
no.
Damn, so who? Okay,
and Marlon Wayans, Robin. Yes, the original Robin, Marlon Wayans.
Yo, I mean, think about. Okay, hold on. So Tim Burton was gonna. I don't mean to get deviated. This will be quick.
Do it.
This will be quick.
Do it.
Tim Burton was about to direct the Superman movie that was co-written by Kevin Smith. Shout out.
Thanks.
And he I think he had it in his plans to eventually have Nicolas Cage and Michael Keaton meet on screen for the very first BVS moment. Although Zack Snyder did it, which was a fucking awesome. But anyway, given that
asterisk.
Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman, why can't, let's say in this Batgirl universe, Superman be fucking Nicolas Cage? Or is he too old now? Like,
I don't give a fuck. Yo.
Oh yeah, because Batman is old. Yeah, right.
Wait. Or why? Let's just take advantage. Like, not even have to be a whole character for the whole series of movies. Like, we do have the multiverse Flashpoint movie. Let's just have him have at least scratch our itch. A cameo, a moment where we have this older Nicolas fucking Cage Superman
moment.
Brandon Routh did it. Fuck. Why can't Nicolas Cage?
Exactly.
He had another try and he killed it as the fucking Alex Ross older
Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Comes. That was it was short-lived but amazing for some reason. It was so dope.
Exactly.
We need a Nicolas Cage peak. I want to know that universe.
Peacemaker.
Yeah. All right. How you doing on the info on Judo Master and Vigilante? Anybody got any data?
Well, I'm gonna say about Vigilante just to bring that up because we were talking about what characters were the ones that we got annoyed the most, right? Adebayo for Ches and myself. We got Mern with Rod. Now, characters that we love the most. For me, honestly, I love fucking John Cena's Peacemaker. Fucking Vigilante. I loved Vigilante. I fucking couldn't get enough of him. At first I thought I was gonna find him a little bit annoying, but nah, I fucking loved him. And I really felt like he was very Deadpool-esque, but without like he can actually die.
Yeah.
What everything was going on.
Damn, that's a good one. Fuck, yo.
Yeah, and so I got some cool, interesting facts. I don't know shit about fucking Vigilante, but now I'm like demanding DC to give us a fucking at least a mini series of Vigilante because we're gonna fucking read that shit, man. Like, and there is actually he had 50 issues of his solo series, and so which might be worth checking. Exactly, it's a run, right? Like that's like at least 2.5 years. No, like shit, if it's monthly, fuck. Anyway, but so no more, right? Probably.
Actually, that's almost 4 years, no?
Yeah. If it was just monthly, yeah. But so fucking Vincent, Adrian Chase, right? Because so apparently there's been a lot of different vigilantes in DC Comics, and actually the first one was like a cowboy, from the fucking like an outlaw kind of,
who was in Justice League Unlimited.
That's that guy, the cowboy on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
With the white hat. Oh, he was mad toxic on the low.
So that was the first classic Vigilante. But then the comic book version Vigilante that we saw in the show, sorta, was created by fucking Marv Wolfman and George Perez. Which George Perez, he's sick right now and passing away soon, but he's fucking give him love and shit and check his stuff out. Fucking he appeared in Teen Titans. Like, oh my fucking god, like he got created by epic fucking creative team. And apparently his story was very in a way kind of like Daredevil-esque because he's like a DA, a district attorney by day, and then like crime fighter by night. And then just the thing that happens with him, and then it's a mix with Punisher too, because then his family gets killed and he nearly dies. Fuck. And that's what makes him go vigilante, and then goes extreme like that to kill the obviously the more I say it, it's more Punisher.
yo, I was about to say stop. I hear no difference between Vigilante and Punisher.
Yeah. One of the big differences was something that I found was fucking ridiculous from comic book gold shit. This wasn't by Marv Wolfman or George Perez. This was by the people who wrote the Vigilante book that explained his origin. That apparently when he nearly died, when his family got killed and shit, what ended up happening was that like some like old mysterious woman in a cloak approached him. He followed her and had this like big pilgrimage in the desert and shit. And then met 3 shamans and they taught him like combat training and shit, and apparently like he can regenerate his skin or something, or like cells. So I guess sort of Deadpool-ish actually. And then they ended up actually being ghosts, and they ghosts taught him how to become vigilante.
Damn, so that's dope.
Fuck,
and so that is very unique. That is not Daredevil or Punisher.
Fucking trash. But however,
yeah, it does.
Did James Gunn even give us an origin
for vigilante?
Yeah, like I just noticed really. That. I just noticed.
And he didn't have to because
no, you stop it right now. This man walks around with a machete on his back, a fully made costume with like high grade detail shit, and it's skilled in all forms of weaponry and hand-to-hand combat in prison.
And then he just
against
joins
the Aryan
team.
Brotherhood. Exactly.
Yeah, he just fucking joins up like, oh,
I'm gonna need some background
Black Ops team.
Yeah, y'all know how I feel about that shit. Like, I get what he did. It was funny. I realize it. But I'm going to need, like, a blip of justification.
And also for the Deep Cuts fans, this is Vigilante's second live-action appearance. The first being in the Arrowverse, where they did their whole, Arrowverse switcheroo shit that they always do, where, I don't know, Adrian Chase became Brother Blood. It's been a few years.
Wait. I thought Adrian Chase was Prometheus, no?
Yeah, no.
Dark Arrow, Dark Archer.
I got this data. I got this fact. So no,
yes.
no. So yeah. So apparently,
and he's pitting a cat. He's pitting a Bond villain.
I got Esteban right here.
Do it.
Yes. So no, because the Vigilante in the Arrowverse was another new version of Vigilante that they created for the show, which was his name was Vincent Sobel. That's who Vigilante is in the show. But they did make apparently in the Arrow show like a little nod to the original version of him, which is the Chase, Adrian Chase, because they had the Blood character use his name like as a fake name in a scene once or in a few times, and so he just pretended he just used the fake name as Adrian Chase, but he never was Vigilante or anything.
Yeah, so I know. It was that switcheroo thing where they'll make you think it's one character, but then they switch it to be a whole other character, which is cool. It did it with Superman and Lois.
I thought it was Prometheus for some reason.
Yes.
Oh yeah, guys, we're definitely going to talk about Superman and Lois. We have thoughts.
Such a good show.
Thoughts. Shit's looking crazy.
Yeah, man. But I fucking love Vigilante, man. And so guys, would you guys want to watch Vigilante in his own series or keep him, let's go into his origin in season 2 of Peacemaker?
I say origin of season 2 in Peacemaker.
Yeah.
And I want his origins to be to have something to do with the villain in season 2.
Oh, yes.
Because he's highly skilled. So he comes from a highly skilled stock. Like that type of training, I sincerely believe that if they fought, Vigilante could defeat Peacemaker.
Okay.
I'll take it that far. The reason it's this weird thing where he's highly skilled, but mentally he's dependent on Peacemaker's approval for some reason. They have this weird dynamic. So that's and seeing how Gunn's mind, how his mind works, I wouldn't put it off. That fuck around. He's actually more skilled than Peacemaker.
So that means that Vigilante would beat Rick Flag, right?
Oh,
yeah. You know what?
In a way, or no?
I don't know, man. That fight was wild,
so. Peacemaker.
Bro.
Okay, let's use Judo Master. Did they both get to fight him one-on-one?
Did they?
I
don't think Vigilante fought Judo Master.
Yeah. Remember Judo Master, I think, fought Peacemaker first, and then Vigilante showed up, but then Judo Master basically kicked both of their asses, no? And then it was this guy, Economos, who passed. No, he got. I don't remember exactly. It was really odd.
I mean, he's Judo Master.
He loves flaming hot Cheetos, right? That's what he was having.
Yeah.
Facts. Which I felt like on the low, that was some Quentin Tarantino shit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know why. For some reason, that struck me as that. And
especially that scene towards the end, right, when he's out and he's in front of a Quickie Mart, and then he just beats some fucking bullies. That's great. Very Quentin Tarantino.
I definitely caught some hints to that. One part that fucked me up was when right after Adebayo, she booked it with her guns and she was wilding out. When Economos tried to hop the fence, shattered his. What was it? His fib? Which one was it?
Well, both of them, I think. I thought that was
the fucking vitamin deficiency in that man.
That great. Sometimes James Gunn just fucking nails it with the humor, man. That shit was perfect. That whole last episode blew me the fuck away, man. But I don't want to jump to the last one.
Yeah, the whole series, man. And I think something that just to build what we were saying about Vigilante, and I want to see him again season 2 more in deep, because fuck, man, the chemistry he had with John Cena, I loved it, man. I just could see them riff more and more. But I will say, shout out actually to especially the actor Freddie Stroma, because I don't know if you guys knew that. So he wasn't cast as Vigilante originally. They had Chris Conrad as Vigilante. He was cast as Vigilante, and he filmed 5 fucking episodes as Vigilante.
But apparently, Chris Conrad.
I don't know, some fucking dude.
I don't do anything else. All right, I'll look into it.
No, yeah. So, but what ended up happening? Apparently, he had some creative differences or something with James Gunn. I don't know what the fuck. And so he ended up leaving the show after 5 episodes. And then they got Freddie Stroma, and then they went back and reshot all the scenes where they had fucking Vigilante. And I'm so fucking glad they did, because all of those scenes were fucking incredible, man.
And on the low, you can't front. That's almost like a director's wet dream, going back and redoing everything. So he got to rewatch everything, see how it worked straight up, in full costume, beyond the full dress rehearsal. The dude left oh shit, we get to do this again. So then he reread it, rewatched it, and probably patched up a whole bunch of shit.
I don't know if it's a wet dream or nightmare. I don't know. That sounds horrible to have to redo your work.
Considering how much money he's getting fucking paid, that shit is no type of nightmare. Think about how much money James Gunn has made, dude. I'm sure it's like
all of it
over $100 million.
Well, give him more money, DC.
Yeah, because as he was doing Peacemaker, I think towards the end, he started working on Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So there's like mad fucking he's
working,
getting money.
Like and being ambitious with these like huge casts, like all these fucking stars, and
because I think at this point he's at the level where after that shit where he clearly proved that. Damn, I was gonna say Putin. Where he clearly proved that being
Putin. What about Putin?
Yo,
nah, I don't know,
what's going on?
I don't know.
I hope our Ukrainian listeners are getting some solace from their fucking
out to the Ukraine
crazy shit they're going on through right now, man. Where our heart goes out to you guys, and hopefully enjoy Peacemaker in our show.
Facts. But damn, what the fuck was I gonna say?
I don't know. You just brought us down, man. You just
let's go back.
World War III almost around the corner. Shit.
Yo, Putin is inevitable.
Talking about James Gunn, we're mentioning some shit about how.
Oh yeah. I just remembered that. Fucking, he just mumbled that shit into my head, man. Subtle. I think he's at the stage where, like, at this point, he's just getting blank checks. Like he just walks in, he goes, "I'm going to." They're like, "Yes." And then he just has carte blanche. I hope I'm saying that correctly.
They're like, "Here you go." All right, fine.
I feel like he's gonna be happier with DC, and I think he should be one of the architects, like of building the future of whatever the fuck DC's gonna become. Because I mean, when you have guys like Shazam and even Aquaman's kind of silly sometimes, as we can see in this at the end of this series, The Flash. Like, you can see him like fucking around with that, especially with these D-list characters. Like, god damn, man. And I think this show stands to almost any Disney Plus Marvel show. What was better, Peacemaker or Hawkeye?
Peacemaker.
Oof, Peacemaker.
Yeah.
No, but no doubt. Peacemaker, I enjoyed it more than the Disney Plus shows.
What Disney Plus show is better than Peacemaker or equal?
Damn, I was thinking low-key.
Low-key.
I was thinking low-key. Just because the same way John Cena, and it wasn't just John Cena, it was an ensemble cast that was spectacular. I was going to compare him to Tom Hiddleston, but I stopped myself in my tracks because Tom Hiddleston just fucking destroys the.
He's an actor. Scenery. That's what he does. That's his thing.
Quality. If you were ever to do a Joker, I mean, I don't want him to do it because then he kind of does similar roles, but I could totally see him nailing that.
I mean, they are similar, but they're played very differently, dude. Like, fuck. It could be done.
I think you should. Fuck Marvel.
Yeah, I'd be done with the three Jokers straight up. Defoe, Hiddleston.
Yeah,
you know what it is? No, go ahead.
No, because for me, if anything, I would say maybe WandaVision. Because for me, you guys have known, if people have been listening and watching, WandaVision was my favorite Disney Plus show. But WandaVision was also good the first time, and that's it. Because it was all, you don't know what the fuck is happening. And that's what was exciting about the show. I don't think it has probably good rewatch value. Whereas Peacemaker, I'd be down to rewatch it. Like I wouldn't mind. Like it was fucking entertaining all throughout from beginning to end, and surprisingly so, right? Because like Rod said, these are fucking characters that I don't know shit about, right? And like now I'm all into them.
Yeah, Peacemaker with the legitimate like Charleston comic book costume, and it's when I was wondering why he looks like that, and I was gonna look into it. But I'm glad you brought that up because he probably just kept it the OG,
which is crazy.
That drew him.
That shit is surprisingly accurate with that stupid ass helmet. Like they don't even go into explanation why the helmet looks like that. However,
I'm sorry, real quick. I gotta talk about this.
Dude.
The technology that his father has access
to.
When he first opens the door, that James Bond shit, and there's mad tech
beyond
everywhere.
James Bond, bro.
I'm like, how the fuck does this racist guy?
Yo. He's the racist Tony Stark, man. Come on.
Exactly.
His father's literally because I don't even see Tony Stark fucking even creating quantum spaces. He fucking access to different realms of a fucking being, basically.
That's like some Reed Richards shit,
Basically,
he has that with the Baxter building and stuff like that. Like fucking Jesus. And then but then he lives in this little house in a fucking crappy wardrobe and just like, what's going on with this man? Shit.
Which it's like it's weird. So it's funny in itself because they just play it off. They play off crazy ass extremes. Like his father designs all the fucking tech, the white dragon suit, all the Peacemaker's helmets. I'm sure the weaponry, the quantum room, and he's just like, yeah, my dad makes all this shit for me. And like the dad doesn't even really talk about, like, I don't know if you noticed, the dad doesn't really speak any techno babble how they would do in a show with the character that, like, the dad just has dialogue. He never talks technology.
And
like
mostly
he gets out of
owning people.
Yeah, he gets out of. He literally says in that quote, "I'm gonna have a broad come over and suck my dick, and then I'm gonna go kill my son." No talk of like assembling the armor, yada yada. No, nothing. It just is.
Yeah, I don't know if he developed the tech.
Yeah,
I didn't get that impression. That he
no,
did.
they said that he
they?
did. Yeah, because remember when at some point I think towards the end when they lost one of the helmets because the fucking Eagly, I think no, they got that helmet back, the one that Eagly took. But Peacemaker said, you know, that like that the only person with the technology with the know-how how to make that is dead now, you know, which was his father.
It's crazy.
And even before that, I think an office or some shit like that, they mentioned that like your father was a brilliant man, but it's like, whoa. Why are we underplaying the creation of quantum spaces? like the fuck out of here. Like that shit was fucking nuts. Like it was crazy.
Yo, but that reminded me right now, talk to me about Eagly. How much did you fucking love Eagly, man?
OD. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah, we neglected Eagly as part of the team.
Yo, key part of the team, man. Shit.
I mean, not key. Let's not fucking kid ourselves here, which kind of got me tight. I wish they would have made him a little bit more useful. Like, come on, we all thought. Here's the thing. When Eagly took the helmet at the end, I thought he was gonna take it to the top of the building. Everyone thought this, but you knew Eagly was gonna keep going.
Yeah. I kind of felt like it's like that kind of humor, like you expect.
Exactly.
Like,
It's like, you want like either way would have been good progression for the story. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Eagly got it or fuck.
Yo, I hated the cow that they were milking, the alien. I hated looking at it.
Bro, that was obviously Starship Troopers inspired. Shout out to Starship Troopers.
Facts,
the big bug from the end, that
old school
vagina and a thumb.
Yeah.
It was a weird mix of two things. The thumbgina from Starship Troopers.
I always say it looks more like a pulsating anus. Even though you go with the vagina, I always felt it looked more like an anus.
Or maybe a weird hybrid of a vagina anus, but still
pulsating. Humanity.
Listeners out there, leave your comments on our YouTube channel. Email us. What do you think the bug looks like? Pulsating vagina anus or vagina thumb? What do you think?
Fucking metal bands right there.
Vagina thumb, yeah.
Pulsating
anus. I'm sure that's an actual band name with the hard to read font.
Heavy as fuck.
Yes. Yo, but back to Eagly though. But you're right. And I think what was funny about Eagly is that because he was still a very
I'm crying, by the way.
He was a very smart eagle, right? Because he's a domesticated eagle still, which is unexpected. And so that's what made it so funny, because you for a second do think, oh, maybe he is gonna be able to do the mission and drop the helmet at the barn, because he does other shit that an eagle shouldn't do. But then it's like, oh no, it's still just a fucking eagle. And it understood like a quarter of probably of what John Cena said. So.
Wait, like that's the best part, is like you don't know which side of the line Eagly is at any moment, because he's clearly both wild and for some reason walks and capable of hugging, which leads one to believe that it's extremely intelligent and yet also does dumb shit.
Mm-hmm. And what I even love about the hugging too, that even for him, for Peacemaker, it was a surprise, no? Because like he's like, oh my god, take a photo. It
happened twice, like bro.
And then he took a photo the second time, which is, I love that.
Personally, like I took every time that happened as like Peacemaker's borderline the spirit of America, like peace at any cost. That was way of James Gunn saying that shit almost like
he's totally in that argument now.
Yeah, that like
Homelander and all these
guys.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. So I'm starting to see a lot of that, and I think that was like, you know, like the ego embracing Peacemakers, like America embracing that fucking psychotic ideology of peace at all costs.
Well, that's what Adebayo used for an excuse to go help them, no? Because she said, "I saw a fucking eagle hug a man. I took that as a sign, right?" And then that's when Hardcore tells her, "Why didn't you think that meant a sign for you to get the fuck out of here?" Like, and she's like, "Oh, all right."
Oh shit! Is that what that meant?
Yeah, that's what it was.
I did not put those two together.
It's fucking funny. All right. Who do you like the most? Fucking Eagly or Baby Groot?
Oof. Wait.
Damn it.
And it's not a versus, not fighting, because obviously Baby Groot is more.
Yeah, Baby Groot has a lot more. Yes.
But like, who do you like? Who was more entertaining, more endearing to watch? Baby Groot or fucking Eagly?
Damn. Eagly, in my opinion.
Oh.
And I think he was also a greater technological accomplishment. You could see like the new engines at work.
Yeah,
whatever the fuck their names are. That shit
looked special real. Effects.
Totally. It looked real. Eagly is like a new breed of fucking on-screen digital art.
Yeah, for a second I was like, did they actually domesticate an eagle for the fucking show? Because this looks legit. All right, Rod.
What's more expensive, domesticating an eagle or doing a CGI? I wonder if they did a mix or some shit.
Yo, folks, leave your comments. Which do you think costs more, domesticating an eagle or making a CGI one?
Bro, I would fear an eagle. Like, I don't think I'm American enough to like wear one of those epic gloves made of cowhide or some shit.
What's that shit called? Fucking Falconeer. A Falconeer's glove.
Not fucking with that.
Those guys are epic, man.
That shit is a fucking RPG inventory item. The Falconeer's glove.
All right, but Rod, we can move on.
Groot. Come on,
the Baby Groot
scene, Baby Groot. Yeah, dancing scene at the beginning of Guardians 2, which I actually enjoyed. But again, this could be because of Kurt Russell. I'm a big fan, but I thought the movie. I actually thought that it, in some ways, was better than Part 1. But again, this is a conversation for another time.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Part 3. Yeah. But now I'll go with Baby Groot for sure.
I think I'm gonna go with Eagly actually. Yes. Yeah. And I have a Baby Groot fucking como se dicen los Funko Pops here though, like behind me somewhere there.
I have an eagle. No,
but nah, Eagly, man. I just fucking loved Eagly, and I think just because Eagly did really seem because he's like a pet, and it seemed like a cute pet. Baby Groot is a baby, like a baby version of fucking Groot. But fucking Peacemaker is a good show, man. Shit.
Yeah, man. Let's and also, come on, I gotta talk about the last episode.
Yes.
When we get the Justice League, that's like the biggest of all the Easter eggs, man.
That was a giant surprise.
Yes. Like, thank God I wasn't spoiled or anything like that before I saw it.
Incredible. That we weren't spoiled, man. Like, I would have imagined that this would have been leaked or something a while ago, or something, because this was huge.
Well, I mean, to be honest, counterpoint to it just being huge, it wasn't leaked maybe because it wasn't huge. What value did it have? Like, they appeared, the joke was made.
Wait, you think things have to be huge to be leaked?
Yeah, because it's only worth the trouble if it's huge. Leaking is not easy. You have to fucking not get caught. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
look, for me, it's huge just because right now we know that DC fucking extended universe is like in a fucking turmoil. Like, what's happening? Is the Snyderverse real or canon or not? Like, what the fuck is happening? Right?
Oh yeah,
and having the Justice League appear, but that's the only Justice League I know. So it's like, what? Like, or maybe
we need Flashpoint. We need Flash.
Yeah.
We need
exactly. But I mean,
to explain what the hell's going on.
Exactly. Like if that's kind of like the route they're gonna take, fucking, it doesn't matter.
As per Zack Snyder, the Joss Whedon movie spawned what is now the DC Cinematic Universe, which is Shazam, Aquaman, Wonder Woman 84, all these, lukewarm movies.
Yeah, blah.
No, but they made tons of money. I don't know about 84, because that shit came out in the fucking quarantine pandemic era.
Yeah, but at this point, I think, like, I don't know. I think we're getting to the point where, like, it's not going to be that hard to make a lot of money. Like, even really bad movies make a lot of money. Like, I think they have to make now insane amounts of money, you know? Like,
to be successful. It's
like Spider-Man,
$1 billion minimum. Like, if it doesn't crack the top 10, it's a fucking failure.
Like I feel like it has to make like at least 3 times more than what it costs to make the film, probably for it to be like worthwhile.
I'm sure you're not wrong. They're probably in boardrooms like, is this gonna get us a 300% return?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. What were we saying?
Are we gonna rate this bitch?
Oh no, wait. But about the Justice League fucking cameo, like what was fucking dope, and a few things about it. So apparently, it all kind of developed out of the joke. So it all started like with James Gunn had written this, and from what I remember, I think from an interview I read that James Gunn, I guess, either knows Jason Momoa or something, and told him like, we have this joke about you on the show, and that Jason Momoa, being the epic guy that he is, he laughed his ass off, he loved it. And like James Gunn asked him, like, would you mind appearing? And he's like, yeah. Like he was. So apparently it was only gonna be Aquaman just for that gag. But then apparently I think Ezra Miller found out or something, and he's like, apparently he's a fan of James Gunn. So I think he reached out to James Gunn, be like, yo, hey, can I be involved? And so then that kind of it went like James Gunn was like, oh fuck yeah. And then that led to the whole actual Justice League appearing. And then another fact about that, apparently they did have a Batman and a Cyborg in the scene, but I think they got scrubbed out. And when James Gunn was asked like why weren't they in that scene, he said, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say. He's like, all I can say, I think it's because of future projects. And that's it. And that's all he said. So fuck. So
damn, I really hope Ray Fisher comes for the Flash movie. I really hope.
Now the question is, do you guys think that they're gonna hit like the full research switch on some SNES shit? Or just keep some of it and let Gunn be like, yo, we see what's happening. We're not gonna be ourselves, and we're gonna let you just do your thing.
Yeah, because like the X-Men movies, like they didn't adhere to a strict timeline. I mean, we've gone in previous episodes. I think it's LoZ Apocalypse. I think it is season 1. Check that out.
We're fucking referencing ourselves now.
Yeah, we went into I can go really deep. This is a whole other episode. I love the fucking Fox vs. X films, but they had an extremely convoluted timeline. And DC, with the whole Zack Snyder, controversy, they fell into this kind of mess, this jumble. But you don't, as per Zack Snyder, his 4-hour movie ended the trilogy, and it thus closed, ended the story for his universe, whatever, and it spawned, and this universe then spawned, like I said, the Aquamans and the Shazams and all that. But it's still like a loose continuity kind of still going through, but in very DC fashion, it's multiversal, which they shoved down our throats at fandom. What was it, like last year or the year before?
Right, the year before, I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's all multiverse shit. And then making it connect, man. That's like the beauty for us as fans, because we saw fucking Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland, and now we're seeing like the Justice League. I just love this whole theme in comic books, like making everything just connect. All we need now is DC and Marvel to connect.
And actually,
you're just trying to make an Ouroboros of comics.
They need to do it.
However,
do it.
And because the cosmos does seek balance, we are getting an isolated sandbox verse in the Matt Reeves Batman verse.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Because that's going to be separate. You're right. Because we are getting that's what's confusing. Because then we have the Batgirl movie that's going to come out though, and for that Batgirl movie, we're getting Michael Keaton as Batman, which is coming from the Tim Burton universe, and we're getting fucking J. Jonah Jameson as fucking James Gordon. So, which is from the fucking Snyderverse.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is happening?
I mean, what if that's just like, how do I put it? Because we got Gordon in Batman 89, right? I just forgot what the fuck the old guy looked like. But I mean,
let me see if he's
shit. I mean, remember, the multiverse is vast. I don't mind when DC uses it as opposed to Marvel. For some reason, it kind of irks me. And I do complain about the whole complexity of how DC uses it. But I'm willing to accept like that's just a different universe. That one is adjacent to the Batman 89 verse.
So actually hearing this conversation, it was funny because I think it made me think that it kind of is, como si se, mimicking the comic book history, no? Because like Marvel is known for being good in its canon, no? That like the stuff that started in 1963 and before have stayed, and there's still the continuous same history. There's been retcons, of course, but it's still one cohesive fucking world.
For the
DC, on the other hand, has been a shit show in terms of its different versions. That's why, because as we, circling back to how we started the show, we talked about Peacemaker appearing in the Crisis of Infinite Earths. Originally, that story was written to try to clean up the history mess that they had. There was different Superman origins, stuff with different Batman, and so they wanted to do this stuff. And then the Charlton comics that they purchased and characters, and so they tried to do this to kind of clean it up. And every kind of crisis they do is kind of an attempt at kind of rebooting, resetting, cleaning things up. And because with the recent stuff with Infinite Frontier, it's like now that everything happened, everything matters. So now it's like, fuck all that, and they're going to try to make sense out of it. So they've always been that way. So it's kind of funny to see that the actual movies are kind of, they started the same way. They had a bit of a shit show, and hopefully now they lean into it so they can be like the comic books, which is like, it's chaotic, but it's fun though, and it leads to good stories still.
Okay, just remember, like, it's so fucking chaotic that there's basically a shit ton of different universes. It used to be 52, but like, nah, come on, there's way more. But even if there's 52, we still haven't seen 52 different variations of anything, really, when it comes to live action. But it's just to the point that this one is apparently, like I said, the way I see it is, there's the Burton versus Batman 89 proper. Whatever the fuck that Batgirl movie is an Earth that's adjacent to that one.
I feel
or a new reality spawned from the Flashpoint.
Yes.
Oh, that's also possible.
What I think exactly. That's what I think is going to happen with Flashpoint, because isn't that what happened with Crisis on Infinite Earths, right? That if things got combined into one Earth, right? And then
I don't even know.
And then on and off.
And then Final Crisis, because one destroyed the multiverse sort of, and then one created the multiverse. No, it wasn't
right. Crisis on Infinite Earths. And then Infinite Crisis reintroduced the multiverse.
Exactly. Right. Jesus. With Superboy, Prime, fucking things out, right? Wasn't that one?
Yeah, and like the Golden Age Superman was still alive, and he's
yeah.
Shout out to Jeff Johns.
Yes, I feel like they're gonna do something like that. That'd be fucking
Jeff Johns.
That's fucking dope, man.
Yo, just let James Gunn helm all that shit.
I don't know, man. I don't trust James Gunn like that, man.
In a Justice League movie. I would obviously I'll go see any Justice League movie, but I wouldn't be mad if he became the new Justice League guy.
Yeah, he would handle it with like the correct amount of reverence. I feel. I think he goes ham when he's dealing with like D-list characters. That's why I think he likes those characters, because he has a license to kill, so to speak.
And he did Starro, which is like isn't that the first villain they faced together in the.
And he did a good job with
the contemporary Justice League of America.
But we digress.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't trust James Gunn like that. I would give him more stuff for sure, but like, I don't know. And also, I think the other thing, I think James Gunn probably shines more with small ensembles, and like, because really it's a Peacemaker show, right? And everybody else is supporting. And so like Suicide Squad, it's a team. Guardians of the Galaxy is a team. And I think Justice League is a team. And so it's like, no, give him one person to focus on and build a story around them. And then I'm all for it, man. Give him a Superman film or a fucking Batman film. That'd be fun to watch. Shit, Batman, I don't know. But...
Word.
All right. Cage.
All right. If he can do any movie, which movies should James Gunn do? Well, obviously.
In DC?
Yeah. I was going to say Green Lantern Corps. Right? Like on Oa. Like have him do all the fucking aliens and shit. I think I've said this.
Nah, he should do the Oa show.
Nah, man, because
I wait for that.
I'm thinking when I think of Oa like that, if it's a Green Lantern Corps show, I'm thinking more like a gritty, like crime police drama, and like I don't want to see
through the filter of
comedy that fucking James Gunn does. The crazy violence, but wacky. Like
bring back Ryan Reynolds and make it silly.
Oh man, like he needs people like Deadpool. Like if he got, for Marvel, he'd be great as a Deadpool fucking director.
Yo, I rewatched the Green Lantern, like I don't know, like a few months ago, and that was for me peak Ryan Reynolds. If you rewatch that shit, he's maximum Ryan Reynolds in that movie. Like he's like,
you mean like his character? Oh, okay.
No, not his character. That's Ben Wilder or some bullshit. No, I just mean like him physically. Like he's just as handsome as he
Yo, you sure about that?
Damn.
Rewatch this shit.
This man is worth hundreds of millions of dollars right now, and he looks amazing.
Yeah, he gets better with.
Okay, he looks amazing. I'm not taking anything away,
money.
but watch Green Lantern. I'm telling you, he's impeccable. He's pristine.
Where did you rewatch it?
You have it on weekends. I get together with the boys. Ches, you know about this. We play fucking a DC collectible card game. I know we're veering off. I don't know.
Cryptozoic.
Shout out to Cryptozoic. I've been meaning to post.
Send the rep or some shit.
Yeah. So we play this fucking DC competitive card game for you nerds, for you deep cuts geeks out there.
Yo, post the spread of them shits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I was gonna post because Cryptozoic posted recently, like, show us your collection. I'm like, I'm about to post this shit from the Legion.
You gotta do it. You gotta post, share, man.
But I'll just put some bullshit like DC movie like in the background while we do that. You know, if you ever want to watch something like Aquaman or Green Lantern, don't get me wrong, these aren't like terrible movies, but you know, they're like background.
I mean, dude, Aquaman and Green Lantern are like leagues apart movie wise. Come on now. You do not put them shits on the same level. Yeah, what, dude? Green Lantern's like, no. I'm not gonna.
You know, I need to rewatch Green Lantern to be sure. My gut says that Aquaman was better, but like, I really need to rewatch Green Lantern.
Yeah, maybe we're just in love with like how modern Aquaman is. I think we're sleeping on it, on Green Lantern. Not that it was great, but neither was Aquaman. But anyway, let's stop this madness. Put an end to this. Let's rate this motherfucker.
All right, guys, let's do it. Let's do it.
Murdery as fuck. All right, cool.
All right, Peacemaker season 1. What do you got, guys? What do you got?
I'm gonna go with a solid 8.
Oh, Ches gets
feels right.
An 8. Rod, what's good?
Saying that made me erect.
Damn, I'm gonna go with a 9.
Damn.
And that's because you can't help but admire. Obviously, I'm crushing on dude's hard body right now. You can't help but admire John Cena, and not only his work as an actor, but it's just on his goddamn physique. and they show it to you a lot in this show. I think James Gunn loves to show this guy's body because he's just coming out of his underwear all the time. Yeah, and then just.
And he does have that scene dancing in his underwear. Right?
Yeah, all the nods by James Gunn. You can tell he's like he's a DC nerd too. He's an everything awesome nerd. He's a Marvel nerd,
which is wild.
But he pulled a lot of shit from the DC backbins for this show, and I don't know. He made me look forward to it every week. Granted, it wasn't like peak every week in the middle. I mean, it might have even been 6. You could squeeze down to 6 if you wanted, but it ends on such a high note that I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 9.
Wow,
hell yeah, man! And those are good reasons. And also, just reminded me, right? Because I know you're right. From what we've learned is like you love men in fucking prime physique conditions.
Sorry, hold up.
All right, but yeah. Before we go into my review, I think something I wanted to mention, right? From what we've heard right now so far, right? We know that Rod, you're saying you love men in their physique prime with fucking Peacemaker and his underwear, fucking Ryan Reynolds and Green Lantern. I will mention we're not sponsored by Disney Plus, but we should. I highly recommend people to go watch Free Guy. That it's on fucking Disney Plus now. Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. Ryan Reynolds. I love the film. I
HBOmax, right?
What?
No, on HBOmax earlier.
It's on HBOmax.
Yeah, just now I saw it. I mean, not just now, but
Free Guy's on Disney Plus.
Both of your fucking corporate chill.
Yo, can it be in both at the same time?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Doubt that. No,
I went to HBOmax earlier today to watch Pennyworth. Yes, people, I'm watching Pennyworth.
Yo, Rod is gonna give us a treatment on Pennyworth. Which, for those of you who don't know, is a show about Alfred Pennyworth, Bruce Wayne's butler, who was a member of MI6, which is some shit like Kingsman, if you will, in the comics.
Oh shit! Actually,
Kingsman is on HBO Max also. No, Kingsman.
Kingsman, the prequel movie. Yeah, I gotta watch that. Actually, that's what I do tonight. Actually, and but you're right. Actually, so Free Guy is on Disney Plus and HBO Max.
Damn, Ryan Reynolds is making bread.
Yo. okay, all right. And so anyway, I recommend people watch Free Guy. It's actually a really fucking good movie. So I actually would even rewatch it, man. So it's good. But going back now, so we got an 8 from Ches. Rod gave Peacemaker a 9, and I will give it a fucking 9 too, man. It was a good show. I agree with everything that Rod said. It was just fucking fun from beginning to end. And then I think even when it ended, like, come on, they gave us Justice League. Like, I really my complaints about Adebayo are like minor though. Like, they didn't really ruin the story for me. It didn't ruin the character. I really liked Adebayo. I don't know. Like, I don't know what else to complain about. It was just fucking fun, man. And John Cena, my God, like, the scene, man, when he killed his father, like, it was hard, right? Because it was like a fucking dark moment, dark scene, and I liked his acting. Like, you could see like he's suffering, that he's in pain, that he starts to cry, and then with Vigilante making the joke like, "Why are you exercising your face right now, bro?" And like, I love that, because that was like a little bit humorful, but like still like, oh my God, it was just. I think this was James Gunn's best work so far. It made me more of a James Gunn fan, because I'm not a big James Gunn fan. He does good stuff, but not the best fucking shit out there, man. I think he's fucking overrated, honestly. Except until now. Now he proved himself, though.
Imagine season 2 is better than season 1. Fuck.
Yes. Well, we'll see, because Guardians of the Galaxy 1 was better than 2, and I don't know. He better not fuck it up again.
Word. Yeah, we'll find out, dude. I'm gonna play Elden Ring.
I will say though, go what Rod said though. I do think James Gunn knows DC more than he knows Marvel, man. Because like, I really think, because I've said this before. I can't cite which episode it was, but like, I hated that he made fucking Ego a fucking Celestial. That's stupid. That's not the right way to do that. And then making Peter Quill like half Celestial. Ugh, like I hated all of that. But with fucking DC, like, the whole thing about making his Nazi father the actual White Dragon, and he knows his backstory, man. Like, he knows his old school DC shit, and he combined it in a unique way that makes sense, good, man. And so now, overall rating, we give it an 8.7.
That makes sense. Come round that up to a 9, need be. Make yourself feel better.
Nah, 8.7. Let's be accurate, because now we started recording these.
Fuck.
So it matters, like those small increments.
Yeah. No, and actually, so now that we can do this, because in comparison, Hawkeye got a 7.7.
Valid
overall.
We're fucking.
So that makes sense, no?
That is science.
Facts. We're sciencing as fuck out of here. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Hawkeye 7.7, but fucking Peacemaker 8.7. That's fucking right.
Facts. That makes total sense.
All right.
Love you guys, fans. This is Ches.
Yo, Miguel.
This is Rod. Peace.
Deuces.